Hey girl, get in. We're gonna talk about February art projects. So I have 3 total. The first one started because I did this drawing right here, and I love it so much, and it's very simple and cute, and I have a reel with it, and I think like an Instagram video with it too, and I love it so much, and I've been having a lot of fun with my Faber-Castell pastel pencils, or soft pencils, something like that. You know what I'm talking about. I've talked about it so many times at this point. That I wanted to do it on a larger scale. So if you follow me. Okay, you see this tan, I don't know if I'm pointing in the right direction. There's a tan board somewhere in this region with a like gray toned piece of paper, and it's specifically for color pencils, and I've never drawn on a scale that big. But it's something that I really wanted to do because, like I said, I was going to say loved. It's not past tense. I loved this. I love how simple it is and cute it is and fun. And I wanted to do it on a larger scale. And I kept going into it. And I don't remember what exactly made me change my mind. But then it transitioned to, actually, I'm going to do a collage of a lot of cute things. I think it's honestly because I kind of got intimidated, 1, but 2, those pencils are getting small already, and I didn't want to use up my entire green section of pencils. I could easily buy more. Like, I'm sure they're not that expensive. But it transitioned into, okay, I want to do a collage. And these are all the items that I want to do the collage of. I actually recorded this part previously, like 2 weeks ago, but that footage deleted. I don't know what happened to it. But yeah, so I started on the back side of this page, and girl, it is ate the fuck up. It looks so bad. I have not finished it still to this point, so I'm kind of recocking and trying to think, like, is this something I actually want to do, or is it something like I was just kind of like, this creator on YouTube, her name's Frankie, she makes gorgeous art, but she did something similar to that, and I kind of feel like it was like, oh, well, she did it, so I want to do it, type of thing, but that's not what I want my art to be. It's a cute idea, but, like, I did not enjoy sketching it on this side. So I think I'm actually going to nix that and go back to the original idea of doing a large-scale version of that leaf. The second project is, girl, I got into the Acotar series. I don't know. I feel like you know what I'm talking about. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. It's the Court of Thorns and Roses, Court of Mist and Fury, Court of Wings and something. I just finished the 4th book. I'm now on the 5th book. If you want to know the order, look up Acotar series. But girl, first book, 8. Second book, devoured. Third book, it was pretty good. 4th book, I would have been fine without it, honestly. Like, I feel like it didn't add very much substance outside of, like, spoiler alert. I will give you the timestamp to jump to. Once again, spoiler alert. I feel like the only thing it gave us was that her and Reese were like, oh, we're going to have kids. And that's it. Like, that's the only thing that I can remember from that fucking book. So, anyway, I'm on the 5th book. And I also don't like the narrator. Like, not personally, but the first 3 books. 3? Yeah, the first 3 books didn't include a narrator at all. It was mainly from Farrah's perspective. And then every once and again, Reese would get on there and it would be his perspective. And that was pretty much it. And now we got a fucking narrator and shit. I don't want this bitch on here. Period. Anyway, so the second project idea was for me to get, hold on, let me just grab them really quick. So this is the book series, -1. The little itty bitty baby one is in my purse that I take with me to work. That's where I finished reading the other one, actually. But I'm currently on this one right here. But basically, my idea was I wanted to get a hardback because initially I did not like how this looked. I was like, it's so dull and it's kind of ugly. But, like, looking at it now, this shit is actually really cute. Hold on. Focus. Thank you. Focus. Thank you. I don't know if it's actually even focusing, but these are all the books. I think they're really cute, but when I bought it, like, saw them online, I didn't like them at all. I just thought they'd be a lot more colorful. So my immediate idea was, okay, I am going to paint the front and back of each one of the books. And then I'll leave the binding how it is. But, like, the front cover will be representative of like the first half to the middle of the book, and then the back cover will be representative of the middle to the end of the book. That being said, I didn't read any of them. I listened to all of them. I only read like a sliver. I think it was the last like 40 pages of the fourth book. But I just think it'll be really cute. But the reason why I said that is because I didn't read the books, I don't think there's clear distinction between each individual book. So I'm gonna have to go on Cliff Notes to see what each book was about, because in my brain they all blend together pretty seamlessly, which is a problem. So I'm gonna go on Cliff Notes, read the summary, and then come up with some ideas or whatever, and then paint them. And I think I'm gonna do it in acrylic, just because like I don't want the page to get all weird and like blobby or whatever. But yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. I love those fucking books. Like I said, the fourth one's mid. Honestly, I feel like you'd be fine if you didn't read it. It didn't really add that much to the story. The third book was fire. I just remember. The third book was actually really fucking good. But the fourth book was like, what is this? Why'd you give me this, Sarah? Anyway. So I haven't started on that, like, literally at all. That'll probably be, like, a mid-month project. Because it's just not something I'm, like, extremely excited to do right now. But this started because I had gotten into an art slump, which is why I made this thing, and it looks very ugly, and it says, fish LOL, I'm tired, 15 minutes, done, because I have a 15-minute requirement daily. But I had been doing art every day, and I kind of just got, like, tired. I hit that block period because I feel like I just wasn't making art for myself. I was doing it to say that I had done it and accomplished the 15 minutes of art daily, but I wasn't doing it because, like, I wanted to. Like, I was, but I wasn't. I don't know. What I'll say, I wasn't making anything original to me. I was going on Pinterest or Instagram to find inspiration and then making my own version of that. And I kind of hit the point where I was like, like, this isn't really fulfilling anymore. Like, this isn't filling the itch that I have. Because when I used to make art, it was legitimately, I'd come up with a concept in my head, I'd sketch it out, and then I'd paint it. And that was what I considered art. It wasn't just like taking something from the internet, making my own version, and being like, oh, this is mine. Which, I mean, technically it is, because it's not a direct copy, but at the same time, it's like, I want to do something a little bit more meaningful. So, I had a car appointment this week on Wednesday. It's now Friday. I had a car appointment on Wednesday, and the appointment was at 7:30. And I don't think I left until like 9:30, 10. So I had plenty of time to brew on this. So I've been telling myself I want to do something that's original to me and mean something to me. And I have a job opportunity currently that I interviewed for. And it's something that I really want to do because it's like around videography and photography, which is obviously very interesting to me as I'm doing YouTube currently. But it's something that I really want to do. And the team seems really awesome. And on one end, I have, like, the people that interviewed me being like, hey, like, you're in the running for it type vibe. Like, you did good. And then on the other end, I have, well, don't get your hopes up too high because you're just going to get fucking hurt if it doesn't happen. Which is true. It's happened previously. There was another job that I wanted that I just flat didn't fucking get. Anyway, so I decided, let me do a brain dump. And I will put the picture on the screen. But basically, it started in the middle where it says, make something that feels like me. And then I branched off from there. So gouache was the first thing I did because obviously I love gouache. And I honestly missed painting because I had been doing a lot of drawing. And then large scale was the second thing because like I want to do something big. I haven't done anything big in quite a while. And then the third thing was something around hope and anxiety. So then it transitioned to, okay, well, I want to do something with this ball of light. And the ball of light will symbolize hope. But then I want it to be like sunny everywhere with pretty grass. And then on the right-hand side, I want it to be storm clouds coming in. And some type of mist like floating over to me. So that's basically what all this stuff means. But it kind of shows like how I was figuring it out as I went. So then we move on to the second page, and this is like when the actual concept creation started. So it started off, because I never thumbnail, and I know I need to, because it just really helps you understand what you actually want to do. So I was like, fuck it, I'll do a thumbnail. So the top left-hand side, I prefer to do women that are like a realistic body shape, not just like stick thin with a big butt and big boobs and no stomach, no waist, because that's just not realistic, and that's not what I fucking look like, you know? Like, that's not what I look like at all. I want to represent me. So, not saying this first person represents me at all, but like, anyway, this is a thumbnail, it's not perfect. So, the initial idea was, well, the second idea, I guess, in this thumbnail was on the left-hand side, I'll have a bonsai tree and an orchid blooming from the ground. And above the orchid and the bonsai tree will be a white light, once again symbolizing hope. But then on the right-hand side, I'm going to have that mist coming in and the storm clouds coming in. The ground's going to be a lot more barren, so there'll be cactuses and stuff like that. But I'll be standing up, reaching towards the light, but just reaching my hand out. Then moving on to the second thumbnail, I said I like the idea of her floating and reaching. I want there to be an orchid. What the fuck does that say? An orchid emitting a ball of light that I'm reaching towards. So then it transitioned to, okay, I want to be floating off the ground and reaching up to catch it. But, like, I struggled so hard. I could not get this body composition right, so I kind of just gave up on that. And then I moved over into the third portion, which was the actual orchid on the far right. I just looked up a picture of an orchid. I was like, okay, I'm going to draw that because, like, this thumbnailing's not looking good, and I need to do something that I actually like to keep me going. So then I did the orchid, and I love the orchid, and then that's when the idea of the mist coming in from the right-hand side, having the orchid be attached to the mist and turn into the stem, and it's stopping the mist from coming through. Kind of is just like a barrier, because the orchid is supposed to symbolize the hope. That's why the light's coming out of the orchid. So if I'm using the orchid to stop the darkness, it's like I'm not fucking listening to those bad things. I'm going to wish for good things, and I'm going to hope for good things because I feel like I deserve them. Which is important. So then moving on to the left-hand side, you see the girl floating in the air. I don't think I want her to be naked, but like at the time I did. Now I don't really want her to be. But she's floating in the air, reaching towards the light. I don't like that composition. I don't think it makes very much sense. So I think instead it's just going to be like completely sideways, on tippy toes, reaching. Because I feel like that's a little bit, I feel like it invokes a lot more emotion than like her floating. It's like, why the fuck is she floating? Versus you being on your tippy toes, like you're trying your absolute hardest to reach for whatever you want. So I'm going to have her on the floor, turned completely sideways, on her tippy toes, reaching towards the light that's coming out of the orchid. And you see there's one flower and two buds. So the flower is the like current hope and the current dream that I'm kind of after. And then the buds are just like, hey, more stuff's coming. Like, even if it doesn't work out, you should still be positive because there are going to be more opportunities. Just because one thing failed doesn't mean that everything's going to fail. Like, you can't have the mindset of, well, I lost this one, so I'm going to lose everything. And I feel like that's kind of the mindset that I've had for a while now. And I'm starting to get more positive and happy and joyous and all those things. So that's essentially the concept. So then, moving on to, let me not put this expensive thing right there. That's insane. Then, we move on to this. And I think it is absolutely stunning. And I love it so much. And I'll just put a picture so you can see it. But I love it so much. Like, I have a painting downstairs that I'll insert the picture for. This is my style. Period. Like, full stop. I don't think I realized it was my style, but this is my style of painting. It's supposed to be, what I wanted it to be was a flat, light blue background, but it turned into this. But I love that because that's me. And I'm actually using the Winsor Newton gouache, and this is the first time that I used it, and I fucking love it. So I will be using it going forward. But it took me like 2 hours of me trying to draw her. And I for the life of me cannot figure out the proportions. So it started off with just me sketching everything out. And I could not get her proportions right, and I just started to get frustrated. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, whatever. I'm just gonna paint, and after I paint, if I still want to try to sketch her out and paint her, then I will. But I just need to start doing something. Like, one, to feel accomplished, but two, just because, like, I was losing hope in the damn thing, and this thing's about hope. Like, what are we doing? And that's kind of symbolic in itself, too, because it's like, moving forward is better than staying stagnant and hoping for perfection. At least you fucking started, you know? You can only fail if you never start, or if you give up. So, yeah, I think I'm going to work on it a little bit more today, and I'm definitely going to work on it tomorrow. So this is the small scale version, and then I have a pretty large pad, in my opinion, for gouache. And it's like, what's the name of this sketchbook? What is your name? Who owns you? Because it's whoever this person is. Strathmore. It's Strathmore paper. So it should hold up Jesus, I cannot talk. It should hold up pretty well. And then if I like that one a lot, I'll probably transition it into acrylic and do it on a larger canvas. But I'm really excited about this project over like the other two. But yeah, I've been talking for a really long time and my throat hurts. So you remember how I was telling you about the collage stuff? So now we're going to move on into the collage portion, and then I think that'll be the end of the video because I really don't have much else to talk about because I'm currently in the present moment. So I don't know. I'll see y'all in a little bit, and I guess next week next week I will have an update for you, and I hope you're excited to see. So yeah. Oh, also, if you haven't watched my last video, beginning of the year, I did my January goals bucket list and habits that I wanted to accomplish. I did an end of January check-in on the progress of my goals and everything, and I've accomplished quite a few fucking things, and I'm pretty proud of myself, okay? But if you're interested in that and you want to see that, that's the last video I posted, so like, head over there and watch that after this video. And if you haven't subscribed and you've watched this far, obviously you like how I can ramble and how I don't look in the camera ever. But yeah, hope you like the rest of the video. I will send you to Singing Destiny, and I'll see you later. Bye, kitties. My sweet baby, my sweet baby, why you blow my mind with the things you do to me. I'm not you the things you do to me. I'm so into you. I don't know what I'm gonna tell. Boy, you got me so confused. I don't know what I'm gonna tell. Oh, you made me wanna leave. You made me wanna leave. At this point. Okay, so I went through my 2026 art inspo Pinterest board, and I started going through my 2024 art Pinterest inspiration board. I don't know why I had to fight so hard for that. So the concept is I want it to be a collage going long ways, and then the color scheme will be green, pink, and purple with small bits of other colors, but they can't be like the main color on that specific item. It can be an accent, but the main color can't be different than those three. So subjects for this, which is why the sketching out is going to be so important, just to see like how much I can actually fit on a page. That's also massive. So I'm sure I can fit literally all this, but just like organizing how I want it to look. That'll be really useful in that sketchbook. Honestly, I have a much bigger sketchbook. I think I'm going to use that one. Because, like, let me show you the size comparison. Hold on. So, like I said, this one only has, I think, like, eight-ish pages left. So I went ahead and bought the exact same sketchbook, just 2 different sizes. So this one is equal to the one that I just showed you that's almost full. I have not used this one a single time yet, and I kind of wanted to wait and do it in a video, so I guess kind of that's what I'm doing now. I wanted to have like a dedicated video setting up the sketchbook, but like, for what? You know, the purpose of this is to use it, not for content. So, I think I'm going to use this just because, like I said, sheer size difference. And I think this will be a better kind of like representation of how big... Oh, I turned the face thing off. How big this thing is over here. So, yeah, I'm going to go with this one. It is the Strathmore Mixed Media Sketchbook 500 Series Mixed Media paper. It has 64 pages, and it is 8.5 inches by 11 inches. And this is the biggest sketchbook that I've ever used. So, that's pretty exciting. This is my second one of these types of sketchbooks that I've completed. The first one is just... I think this is a Strathmore. Maybe it's not. No, this is a Moleskine. Hello? I'm over here. I'm here. There you go. Okay, so I was going through it, and I thought this was the second one of this brand that I've used, but it's actually the first one. Because this is a Moleskine sketchbook. This entire time, I thought this was a Strathmore Mixed Media sketchbook, just like a different, like, measurement, I guess. But, no, this is Moleskine, and I use gouache with it. I mean, it kind of, like, has some texture in here, but with as much water as I used in this, still pretty good. I think this one definitely takes water a lot better, because, like I said, when I use gouache, I use a lot of water. So, this will be my first Strathmore Mixed Media sketchbook that I finish, and I love it, and I will never use any other type of sketchbook ever. So, big one. So yeah, I am going to go ahead and start. Ooh, and it's not like stark white. It's like a cream. I don't think this one's the same. Yeah, these are 2 very different shades. This one's a lot more like yellow. Or is that just... Girl, that's just the fucking cover page. I'm stupid. That's just the cover page. Okay. No, the actual paper is the same color. I do kind of want to get a sketchbook that has, like, tone paper. Because I've never... Like I said, I've never used tone paper. But at the same time, that one's tone paper. So then I can find out if I actually like it. But I am excited to start this sketchbook out. I'm going to do the right thing this time and, like, write my name on the inside and say when I started it, because this sketchbook doesn't have it. I don't think the Moleskine one, I don't think this one has it either, but, like, I have a video. Brother, stop losing me. I have a video of me starting the sketchbook that I'm working in currently. So, like, I know when I started it, but I don't have it written down. This one also doesn't have a start date. Why did I not put a start and finish date in this thing? I showed the back page of this sketchbook, and I finished this. It was not the best point in my life. I was actually, like, really sad. I wasn't going to graduate on time. I was in a relationship that wasn't very healthy, I had a dog that we shouldn't have fucking had that was just extremely hyperactive and had explosive diarrhea constantly. Sometimes we ask for things in moments because we're afraid. And I'm really happy that what I wanted is not what I got. So, I'm very blessed. That kind of just put like a really strange perspective. I don't know. Everything will be okay. That's the perspective that just gave me. Okay. I did not know that was back there. That kind of just shook me up a little bit. So I'm gonna write my name in the front page and the start date, but I want to find a color that I really like. Okay. It's between these three colors. This is the color of the pen. I hope you can see that. I honestly don't think it focused. So I think I'm going to write my name, today's date, and then like just write some fun things about me on this whole first page, just to like kind of do a screenshot in my life. So that when I look back on it, I can be like, oh, this was me at this time. It's 8:20 p.m. Hella late. So I'm probably not going to finish the sketch of this, realistically, tonight. I think I'm just going to turn on something to either listen to or something to watch as I do this. And I think I'll just show you the finished product. I know this video is kind of derailed, so there's chapters at the bottom if you just want to see like the art making and not the personal stuff. But honestly, if you've gotten to this point in the video, you probably are cool with the personal stuff. So, yeah. Bye. Okay, so front page finished. I am about to go ahead and start sketching. It's now 8:55. I don't remember what time I said it was when we first started. At some point I'm gonna have to, actually I'll just go ahead and do it now. I need to put the like external charger on here because this camera is at 18% and I do not want it to die. Battery level of my handle is 100%, so works out well. Okay. Why are you crooked? Oh, I got this case. Because the case that comes with like the content creator kit is terrible. I feel like every time that I looked at my camera, like it was flipped around the wrong way. Like it's gonna break, and like this thing is expensive. I do not want this thing to break. So anyway, I think I'm actually gonna make this the first page, which is really exciting. So I have all of my prompts on my iPad in my Good Notes agenda section, which is right here. If you want like a tour of my little, well, I actually bought the one that's this way, but if you want a tour of my little agenda, I will give it to you because this thing is awesome. I love it so much. But yeah, so I have all my concepts on here. I'm going to go through and sketch it out with my, what is this? 6H pencil. And then I'll go through, kind of erase it a little bit, and then go in with the color pencils. So I'm pretty excited. After using these markers, I may use markers too. I don't know yet. I don't want to get too ambitious and then like stress myself out. So for now, it'd just be, I'm going to sketch and then we'll see where it goes after that. I've been listening to music. What's her name? Glorilla and the Glorilla and T-Pain song, I love so much. It's such a cute little song. Now, this, you remember how I was talking about the color pencils? This one, oh shit, there's something in there. This one, these types of, okay. So remember how I was talking about this pencil sharpener is bad? I can sharpen regular pencils and get it so extremely sharp, but my color pencils aren't the same. I don't know if it's just like the width of them is too thick or like what the issue is, because this goes in and comes out like, you know, the other one doesn't. I don't know why. Let me try again. It's like, am I sharpening them wrong? It's like they hit a point where the blade can't reach it anymore. Like, this is as sharp as I can get it. Let's see. Yeah. I don't know if you can see it. It's like auto-focusing. Anyway. I think I'm going to start. First of all, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I have 15 things on here. So I think I'm just going to like do 15 circles in random locations, and then I'll figure out what goes in each one of them and like what the size of each one of them should be, because I definitely want it to be like an array of sizes. So I'm just going to go in and randomly. Okay, strangely somehow got exactly 15. Is that how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13, 14, 15, 16. Fuck. Alright, so something ain't gonna make the cut, or it's gonna be really small. So now I'm gonna go through and assign each circle a item. I kind of want to do something that I think will look good together. So this is gonna be like a strategic placement. So, to refresh your mind, these are all the items that I'm thinking about doing. So obviously we're going to do orchids first, because that's like my favorite thing. And that's going to be front and center. I'm going to mark them off as I go. Okay, so somehow I grossly is so dramatic. I miscounted the number of circles. So I had one extra one, which is kind of towards the middle, and it's one of the biggest circles. So I put in there cake or sweet treat. I'll figure that out once I get to that point. I'm gonna take a break because I have to pee, and I'm also kind of hungry, and I've also been in here for I think like 5 hours and haven't left the room. But I'll show you a close-up of the general layout, and then I'm gonna leave and get my body together, and then I'll be back. Bye. It's so bright, and the text is so light, and so are the circles, but this is the general layout. I really hope you can see that.